Okay, it is feeding time. I'm going to be getting them ready today. They're going to be having a combination of chicken leg quarters with the bone and skin, and also some chicken gizzards are their main protein. Then they're going to have a bunch of fruits and veggies and supplements and things on it. You can see the chicken is kind of off there to the right. We're going to go ahead and get that portioned out and also get the chicken gizzards portioned out, and we'll be back. Okay, now I do like to make mealtime a little bit faster sometimes for the dogs, and as long as they're already prone and knowing how to eat totally raw food, here's what I like to do. I take a chicken leg quarter, cut the leg off, take the thigh, and cut that into two pieces. Makes it a little bit easier for the dogs to eat, doesn't take them as much time, and I get that put up in everybody's dish for them. And when you're feeding raw, even the blood or the juices off the meat are very important for your dog. And today is going to be Roscoe's turn to get some blood and Tank's turn to get some blood. I rotate it so that they get enough. Big dog's going to get the majority of it. Anything that came out on my tray, I'll even put in there for him. Now, giving this to the dog really does help with a few other essential vitamins and minerals, but also sodium. They do need some sodium in their diet. They would naturally get that from the blood of their prey. Okay, now we got our main chicken protein inside our dish. I kind of put it around the edge of the dish, make the center of the dish open, because I'm kind of going to put their little carnivore salad there. So right here's my chicken gizzards. I got them portioned out for the day already. This gives them some of their organ meat that they need for their diet. I just kind of estimate about a handful for each big dog. Then I'm going to set a couple aside for Tank. Looks like everybody gets one more. And now that there's extra blood, I'm going to give this to Ruger. He's my largest dog. Anything that came out of the pan, it's going to go right in there. Now for Tank, I also do this for his chicken. I chop it up into some bite-sized pieces just so he doesn't choke. He doesn't have canines and stuff like the other dogs do, so we want to make sure that we still provide the same meal with the same ratio of bone to meat to fat to skin and other tissues, and get it in bite-sized pieces so he doesn't have to struggle so much. Okay, now we're on to the salad portion of our meal today, because we're doing that combination meal. So I start off on top of the gizzards in the very center. I'm going to do about that much spinach for each dog. Tank will get a little bit less. I'll have some hiding on me in there. Tank will get the wrapper. Now, I like to freeze most of my stuff so it stays a little bit fresher and better for them. And I found the highest quality spinach I could get was like salad mix, and then I can either chop it or freeze it myself and get much better quality and more quantity of the spinach. I'm going to get that all dealt out first. It's kind of like dealing cards. And then I'm going to use blueberries next. I do about 5 blueberries for each big dog. Just a couple for Tank. Right there's 2 of the most important things, and you can use those for food toppers any day. even if you're feeding kibble, those are really good for your dog's longevity. Then I'm going to throw a piece of mango. This gives us a little fiber and a little natural digestible sugars. And it can also help to keep your dog from eating poop. Then I have some cranberries, really good for the kidneys, urinary tract. I do 4 for each dog, and I bought these after Thanksgiving, and I just packaged them up and froze them. Jake only gets a couple. Now, if you also want to take more time doing this, you can take all these fruits and vegetables and blend them up, and that will help your dog get more nutrients from them easier. Now, I'm almost out of carrots, so I just chopped up some carrots today. Put those on top for everybody. This is just like one little baby carrot for each dog. They're not real hip on the carrots, but it gives them some more fiber, gives them some good natural things to eat. Carrots have a lot of vitamin A and vitamin E. And again, you get stuff like this, and you chop it up and prepare it yourself and freeze it. You're going to get a lot more quality food for a lot better price. And then next here we got some pumpkin. It's all kind of smashed up. Good for fiber. Good to help your dog if they have an upset stomach or if they have diarrhea. Don't use too much of it because it could actually promote or cause one or the other. Then I have some raw shrimp with a peel and tail. Each dog gets 6. Right on top there. Even if there's some pieces of the tail and stuff, I want to use that package and dump all that extra in there because that's the good stuff for them. You might get an extra. Just like dealing cards. Those are kind of small. I'm going to give them one extra. Tank gets just a couple. And even portioning this out for Tank, he's still going to get more food than he really needs. Okay, now what I like to do is I'm going to use some Vertex, throw my Vertex powder on everybody's food. Then I want to cover it up with some good nutritious liquids so they'll be more apt to get this. This just helps to develop proper weight gain, muscle mass, help your dog recover from exercise, make them less prone to injury, and give them energy. And each big dog just gets 1 scoop. And of course, Tank being little, he just gets a little bit. Okay, now on top of this, what I'm going to do is I have some camelina oil, and I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons per dog. Pour it right on those fruits and veggies right in the middle. And right on top of that supplement powder, that Vertex. I'm just kind of guesstimating about 2 tablespoons per dog. Make sure to let it drain out. That's good high quality oil. And all this food is human grade. Next, what I'm going to throw on is a can of sardines and water. Make sure to use the water and not the soybean oil. Soybeans can cause inflammation in dogs. And sadly, soybeans and soybean husks are a big component in a lot of dog food. That's why our dogs get inflammation. That's why they have itchy skin and poor digestion and bad poop. Because of all that stuff in their food that's a filler that's not good for them. This also gives them a lot of their essential oils. They get a little calcium in some of the bones there. Then on top of that, we're going to put an egg. These are store-bought eggs, so I'm not going to use the shell. If they're local farm-raised eggs that aren't treated with chemicals to keep the shells and stuff clean, you can crush up and give your dog the shell. It's very good for your dog. All right, now here's everybody enjoying the dinner that we made. And it's going to be up to me to stay here and make sure everybody's good. I know which dogs get along better and which ones don't. I don't let anybody pick on anyone else's food. And again, we're working on some pack integration with Echo. And I always like to let my dog know, because I have a good relationship. I can pet them. And there's no issues. I'm not bullying them, and I'm not picking on them, and I'm not taking their food. But there's no issue me touching one of my dogs or dealing with one of my dogs. So there's the whole construction of a barf diet and having the dogs appreciate a good meal. Thank you for watching. I also let each dog one at a time go around and clean up any scraps or clean out all the different dishes. And I do have a few that really like to eat other people's fruits and veggies, so that works out good. Okay, after feeding, I got all my dogs out using the restroom right now. When they're done eating, I like to crate all of my dogs for up to 2 hours. This helps them to have a chance to process and digest their food. This is really important. It doesn't matter if you feed kibble, if you feed canned dog food or raw dog food. You want to really make sure that your dog can rest after they're done. You don't want any playing, any jumping, any anxiety or stress. Those things can all contribute to bloat, and bloat can be fatal to your dog. Most of my dogs go in crates, except my German Shepherds are more mellow. They can go in this kennel and lay on dog beds, but if they do get too anxious, I will crate them so that they're not so anxious. I'll be in the room with them. I'll play music or the TV with them so they're not anxious. You don't want your dog's health to be, at jeopardy, and it can happen a lot with certain breeds of dogs that are deep-chested. So I always err on the side of caution, and I appreciate you watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and leave us a comment. Thank you.